At 58, country music icon Keith Urban has faced a lifetime of challenges, triumphs, and reinventions, but nothing could prepare fans, or even those closest to him, for the painful, heartbreaking reality unfolding around his marriage. For years, Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman were seen as one of Hollywood's strongest couples. Elegant, deeply connected, and supportive of each other both publicly and privately. Yet beneath the polished red carpet smiles, rumors and emotional fractures have been quietly building, and now the tragedy surrounding a potential divorce is hitting harder than anyone imagined. This isn't just another celebrity separation headline. This is a story about love tested, personal demons resurfacing, and the heavy emotional toll fame brings when the world is watching every move. Today, we unpack what is happening behind the scenes, why this heartbreaking moment feels so devastating for Keith, and how the cracks in their marriage became impossible to ignore. For years, Keith Urban has been open about the struggles that almost destroyed him long before fame elevated his life. His battle with addiction shaped his journey, and many fans worried that stress, pressure, and emotional distance might lead him back into a dark place. While he and Nicole worked tirelessly to shield their marriage from public scrutiny, small signs began to appear, signs that something was deeply wrong. Keith's absence from several key family events, sudden emotional expressions during his live performances, and his noticeable shift in demeanor left fans uneasy. Nicole, usually radiant and centered, appeared more withdrawn in recent photographs. A couple that once radiated warmth and unity suddenly looked distant, almost as if living parallel lives rather than a shared one. Those who follow their careers closely could sense it. Something was breaking beneath the surface. When news outlets began circulating whispers of marital tension, many brushed it off as typical Hollywood speculation. But as more footage, insider comments, and candid interviews emerged, the narrative became harder to ignore. Sources close to the couple suggested that busy schedules, differing priorities, and emotional strain had pushed them into separate corners of their marriage. Keith's touring schedule grew increasingly demanding. Nicole's film obligations kept her halfway across the world for long stretches. Their careers were rising, but their marriage was quietly sinking. And for Keith, a man who has always worn his heart openly, this emotional distance became unbearable. At 58, dealing with such deep pain has weighed heavily on him, emotionally, creatively, and spiritually. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of this situation is the fear that the emotional turmoil might trigger Keith's past struggles. Fans who have followed his journey know how hard he fought for his sobriety and stability. Those close to him say he's been leaning heavily into music again, using it as both therapy and escape. He's been spotted spending late nights alone in his studio, pouring out lyrics that reflect loss, regret, and longing. While some describe this period as artistically powerful, others quietly worry about the emotional weight on his shoulders. A divorce at this age, after a marriage believed to be one of Hollywood's rare love stories, hits differently. It's not just about losing a partner. It's about losing shared dreams, memories, and the comfort of knowing someone has walked beside you through the darkest storms. Nicole Kidman has always been poised, controlled, and deeply private. Yet even she hasn't been able to hide the emotional exhaustion this situation is causing. Friends say she has been devastated by the cracks forming in her marriage, torn between career obligations and the desire to repair what they once had. Her silence on the matter only intensifies public concern. Some believe she's protecting their daughters from media frenzy. Others feel she's emotionally drained, unsure of what the future looks like. But one thing is clear. This situation is weighing heavily on her heart as well. Messages of support have flooded social media, concerts, and interviews. People who grew up with Keith Urban's music, who watched this marriage blossom, now feel the heartbreak as if it were happening in their own families. They're pleading for the couple to find healing, unity, or at least peace, no matter what path they choose. Will he channel his heartbreak into music that marks a new chapter of vulnerability? Will he fight to rebuild the marriage? Or will he walk forward alone, carrying both the beauty and the heartbreak of what once was? Those close to him say he is soul-searching in a way he hasn't had to in years. He's reflecting on his life, his career, and the emotional wounds he thought had long healed. Thank you for staying with us through this emotional story. Keith Urban's journey is far from over, and whatever happens next, we'll be here to bring you the latest updates with empathy and respect. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new episode.